going to be doing a presentation on small business management. So many of you might not know what small business management team is. So first, I'll be going over essentially what SBMT or small business management team is. So small business management team is a group of people, 2 to 4, and you have a presentation which I'll go into details of next. And your presentation is 5 to 10 minutes long, and when you enter the room, you'll have 5 minutes to set up. Many people in the small business management team will bring charts, graphs, projectors, and other methods of conveying information to their presentation, which can be effective and at other times can be simply a burden on the information you're trying to convey. And then additionally, there's a 5-minute judges' questions segment at the end of your presentation. So the overview of small business management team is that you have to help solve the challenges of a struggling small business. Every year there's a different scenario and it changes, but there are essentially 5 different qualities that your team must have in order to be successful in small business management. First, and probably the most important, is presentation skills. You have to be able, each member of the team has to be able to get up and talk in front of a group. They have to be able to convey their message, and they have to be strong speakers. If you have 1 good speaker or 2 good speakers, and then 2 people or 1 person who isn't as good at speaking or isn't as confident, your team simply won't be as strong. So everybody needs to take a leadership role in this part of the presentation. Additionally, you have to have financial knowledge. For the last 2 years and for years in the past, and I assume in the future, the majority of the issues facing the small businesses that you'll be managing are financial problems. They don't have enough money, they are having issues running the business. And so having financial knowledge, whether that be in accounting or something in finance, helps out a lot with this event. Additionally, you have to have management skills. The other big issue that faces all of the small businesses that come through our small business management team presentation, the manager is usually not doing a very good job. So with your management skills, you'll be helping him get the business back on his feet. Fourth, you'll need creativity. The judges, and this is also my next slide, the judges hear a lot of presentations. At Nationals, there was, I believe, 45 different presenters who came up and gave presentations to 2 sets of judges. And at state, it's additionally 15 or 20 presenters as well. And when the judges are hearing a lot of presentations, they hear so many different ideas. What you need is you need a creative idea that sets you apart from the other groups. By setting yourself apart from the other groups, not only will you be more memorable, but if you have a unique idea, it's probably a pretty good one. And then finally, you need team cohesion. Your team has to be able to work together and be able to present together. My small business management team was me and 3 of my best friends. This worked for us because we were able to work together. We had designated roles in our presentation, but for you, working with your best friends might be more off-task. So really finding a team that you can work together with is essential for small business management. So last year's scenario was with William Winter. William Winter was the CEO of Solutions International, and his business unfortunately faced stagnation after a period of strong growth. So what our challenge was is we had to get him back on track, keep his business growing, and with his business growing, we'd be able to solve his internal problems of not having enough money to expand. His business had 3 different divisions, printing, photography, and then business consultations. One of the things that my small business management team noticed about the structure, which I'm sure many of you just did, is that printing, photography, and business consulting don't really seem to go together. So our out-of-the-box idea for him to get his business back on track was to simply cut out the entire solutions division of his business and change the name. By doing this, essentially, he's cutting out a large part of the business, which was using a lot of the funds, which can be diverted to the other 2 sections of the business, which did happen to be more successful. I believe that we were the only team who cut out the solutions division of the business, and with changing the name, it made us have a unique idea, and also with a well-put-together plan, it was well presented. So just as some general presentation tips for both small business management team and for any presentation events that you guys are in, whether you're with a team or if you're alone, I mentioned this earlier, judges are hearing a ton of different presentations. If you have an idea that's unique, or if you say something that's different, and as long as it's well presented, this can be very beneficial for you, sticking out in the crowd and being more memorable. Additionally, keeping it simple is very important. I mentioned at the beginning of my presentation that many people who compete in small business management have charts, they have graphs, they have multiple projectors, they have a ton of stuff with them to help present. This can really put a burden on the message that you're trying to get across and your ideas. For our small business management team, all we had was 1 small projector and 1 handout to give our judges. This simple attitude that we took towards small business management put the focus on our ideas, not on the things that we brought with us. And this is something that gave us an edge on the competition. Additionally, this is something that I have been doing a little bit, but do not read off your slides when you're presenting in competition. by reading out your slides, you're showing your judges that you simply are as prepared as you could. And finally, be ready for the in-depth business questions. I mentioned earlier, keep it simple. If you keep your business plan simple as well, the questions will be more directed down an alley that you'll be able to predict. And the judges are business people, they're BPA advisors, and they know what they're talking about, and they will ask you hard questions. So that's it for my presentation. If you guys have any questions, come up and ask me. And now we're going to welcome to the front the financial analyst team from Skyview.